What is up, everybody? I can't even talk right now. What is up, everybody? This is Merc the Mike. This is another The MorphinCast by Recycling Ring. I'm Merc the Mike. I'm joined by Tenacious T, my
You
Morphin
know,
partner.
I'm always here.
And yeah, we got another MorphinCast for you. We are revisiting Super Megaforce. We trashed it the first season, so we have a lot to say about the second season. Um,
Well, the second season's better than the first season, but you can't it's like putting potpourri on shit. It really doesn't make it any better.
it's flowery shit.
Yeah, it's just flowery shit. That's all it is.
Yeah, so we are going to revisit that season, but first, we are gonna add some little flair to this podcast. So on it's better I swear podcast that we do weekly. Me and Mike usually we have the cartoon wheel, which we have picked a random cartoon. He picked about 10, I picked 10, and they just started adding more in. We'll watch 5 episodes. We'll stop at 5, and then we'll go to the next one, and then we review it and give us our thoughts and stuff like that. We decided to do it with the Saban series because we hate ourselves.
Yeah, well,
but
it's gonna be tough, but I'm down for it and actually willing to finish a season of something if it's actually good.
I would say let's do 5, and then we'll hit back and it's like, hey, do we want to finish this? Because some of them are not that long.
Yeah, well, if you're not investing 5, 6 seasons into something, it should be a quick watch. You know what I mean?
I would say let's start. Let's just do 5 episodes, and if we from 5 episodes we decide to keep going with it, then we could decide to keep going with it. But so I call it the Wheel of Hell. Right now on this
Rightfully so.
list,
Especially
is
doing some Bond stuff. So
yeah, is Mystic Knights, it's Superhuman Samurai, is Lost Luchadors, is Big Bad Beat Up the Borgs, is Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters,
what the
VR
fuck?
Troopers, Common Rider, Mask Rider. So we're gonna.
Please, VR Troopers. I've been trying to get this man to watch VR Troopers since we started this podcast like 10 years ago.
So I'm gonna spin the wheel, and this is gonna be our first 5 episodes we're gonna watch for the next cast. All right.
Yeah, do it. Show it to me though.
Mystic Knights.
Mystic Knights. I
Yes.
have no clue about this, so
This came out probably around when. Actually, this came out like right when Power Rangers went to Disney. Around that time.
Mys- Mystic Knights television. It's 1998
Yeah.
of Tyrannog. I don't know what that
Tyrannog.
is, but Tyrannog.
Tyrannog. Yeah.
Well, it came out in '98. I just googled it.
Yeah.
Tyrannog is a fantasy adventure television series created by Saban Entertainment, set in a fictionalized ancient Ireland. That's interesting. The show follows four young knights who defend the kingdom of Kells from the evil queen Maeve and her forces, using magical armor and weapons based on the elements of fire, earth, wind, water, and air. So it's based, yeah. I mean, whatever. I've never heard of it. I can only imagine how bad it is because it's actually set in Ireland.
Yeah. Well, you get the
But
accents and stuff, which I think it's not even in Ireland. I think they still like set the set what it was in Australia when they filmed anyway. I did watch it. I think I probably watched a couple episodes. I did have one of the figures for some reason, um,
for
but
some reason,
wasn't wasn't crazy about it. I didn't think it was great. I think I was given to me or something like that. So that's the reason why I had a figure of it. But yeah, that'll be the first one. On the next cast, we'll probably start that off and talk about our 5 episodes of Mystic Knights. So we got one down, and then we go
I'm
from there.
definitely, I'm definitely down to venture off into that and see what's good because off of looking at it, I am not too excited for it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
It doesn't look good at all.
I
It kind
say
of looks like
okay,
the Adventures of Hercules.
probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably a
that's
lot
kind of what it
worse.
looks like.
A lot worse.
Like
Um,
Xena Warrior Princess.
so I'll say the only one that's like I really want to watch on this list is the Common Rider, because I remember watching it when it first aired and it was pretty solid and it was more adult themed. Mark Discasio was like one of the main villains, and it had like crazy action scenes, which I think they took from the Common Rider and like Japanese show. So, but that one was aimed for more of a teen audience than actual kids, so it was a bit more darker at points and shit like that. So that's one I heard is really good, and I never got to really watch it. So that's the one on the list I'm looking forward to when that hits. I'm not looking forward to anything else because I know what they are, and I've watched some of them.
Well, I've never seen a Common Rider, but I'm down for
Yeah,
Common Rider. You know
yeah,
what I mean? I've seen a lot of footage of him throughout the years,
yeah,
and I've always wanted to dive down into that. So
yeah,
one of these days we'll get to it.
yeah. So our revisit is Super Mega Force. This is the 24th season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, well, Power Rangers in general. This was also the return to Saban, so this would be the second series they ran. This one breaks apart two Sentai series, as in we had Megaforce, which was Go Zaire, and then this one being Go Kaiser, um, which will be the next cast of what
It's
we will be
funny how
reviewing.
both of those seasons sound the same.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, we did get a little tease of it because we did watch the legendary battle on their end of things. We did watch the Super Sentai legendary battle, and it's a lot
Yeah,
more.
there's a lot more to it than
Yeah,
the way easternized, the Eastern world or Westernized world, whatever
yeah,
you want to put it, because we were shortchanged like we normally are when it comes to Power Rangers and Sentai.
yeah.
So
So, yeah, so this is season 21. This is 20 episodes on this season.
thank
Uh,
God.
Aired February 5th, 15th, 20, 2014, and ended November 22nd, 2014. Um, yeah, so we did review our, like, so in general, the Rangers, I still feel the same way I felt last cast. I do not like these Rangers at all.
You know, there is really nothing about these Rangers that like scream Rangers. You know what I mean? Like we've had so many seasons of a formula that works, of Rangers that have chemistry. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
like can act a little bit. And it's like I feel like as time goes by, it gets worse and worse as we go.
yeah,
I think like Mystic Force really started off the trend of crappy fucking, crappy
acting.
teams. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're following that formula of we have a bad Red Ranger that I don't believe in, crappy Blue Ranger that turns to Green Ranger. It's or Black Ranger that turns to Blue Ranger. Like there's a lot that just doesn't make sense with this season and with these characters. Like I'm saying that they should have just came in with a different team if they're going to be a super mega force. Like it's
Yeah,
just they didn't sell the first part, and they did a very poor job in the second. And with all the powers that they gained in this season, you would think that they kind of would have stepped their game up, but they
yeah.
didn't. It was just bad.
So, we usually review the suits. I think these are some of the best suits. Like, I'm very high on the suits, and this is the reason why I'm very disappointed with the season because we actually had dope suits. I do like the
Yeah.
pirate getup. I think it's really sick how they did it with the jackets and everything. Even the Silver Ranger looks kind of cool, and his helmet looks like he has a bandana on. So I do like the difference of it, and I actually like these suits a lot more than the Gozaiger ones because That was something I brought up to you too when we were rewatching this. Is like, why do they just go straight into that one? Why do they have to go to one to do the other? Like, just go straight
I
into that
think
one. That was the more powerful one.
I completely agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm sitting there like, no matter what, you go and morph,
yeah,
right? And then you go into your suit, right? You go into the Megaforce suit, and then you instantly, after you morph, go into Super Megaforce mode.
yeah.
Like, why did you what the monsters sitting there must have just been sitting there waiting for so long. Like, are they gonna just evolve and just morph? Just get it done and over with so we can fucking fight. You know, it's like
Yeah,
if I was a monster, I'd be pissed because like I gotta wait for two formations for them.
yeah. This one also was the introduction of the Ranger change. So they were able to change into the Legendary Rangers. That was the basis of the series, that they were able to find these keys. Gaucher had, and he had them all over the kick. We saw them in the Megaforce one. They sold all the Ranger
Yeah.
keys in the cave, and now they actually have use to them, and they could change into any Legendary Rangers. They changed into some that were Sentai exclusive. There was ones that never been shown on Power Rangers in general, like Dire Ranger, like Bio Ranger, and all that stuff. So there's a
The
lot of
one from
ones,
the
the
70s
classic ones.
too.
Yeah, yeah,
Which I feel like if I was a child invested in this series, because like keep in mind, like I actually watched a couple of episodes when this was live, and I was just sitting there, and I'm with my boys' daughters,
yeah.
and they're watching it, and I'm like, they're watching it, and they're all into it, but I'm looking at them like you have no clue who the hell they are. You know what I mean? Like, who are they morphing into? Like, they really I feel like they played the younger generation because it's
Yeah,
like that wasn't for them. I feel like it was for the adults who's watching it with them.
yeah.
You know, like, how would they know who? Like, especially if you're like 6 years old, 7 years old, you don't know who the Crane Ranger is. You don't know who Wild Force Ranger was. You weren't even born yet.
That's something
You
they
know what I mean?
also but that's something they kind of did in the show. I'll give credit to is the fact that they did have some legacy canon characters come in, like Jaden came in, Casey came in from Wild Jungle Fury, the legendary battle. You got some of the classic Rangers and stuff like that. Like they're hoping that you know the lore. Because again, this is like 21 years, so basically they hope in the Lord. And then honestly, like any place that you were able to see this, most likely you saw Mighty Morphin because they did rerun those shows everywhere.
Yeah, but the average kid who's just tuning in now
I think Mighty
has absolutely no
Morphin.
idea.
I think Mighty Morphin is the one that most people know. And I think that's the one they use as their if they say Power Rangers, it's Mighty Morphin. It's no other Rangers but Mighty Morphin. Even in toy lines, they always redo those. Like every time there's a new toy line, they just redo Mighty Morphin. Sometimes we get the other ones, but mainly it's Mighty Morphin, and that's usually I guess is the signature of Power Rangers is the Mighty Morphin cast,
Yes,
the
but
Rangers.
it's the template for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So those I understand it being there. Me being a fan of again, we've been watching everything. So the changing of certain rangers made me like it hyped me and stuff like that. But then what ruined it for me is that the little bit I've watched the Gokaiger and then how they used everything. Now the fact that we have the knowledge of all the characters that we have seen before. Now I'm excited to really go into this. But this one in general, like I wish there was more. I wish it was more of a fan service with the more of the Rangers coming in, the more of the random ones coming in, not just like the Red Ranger. Like I would have loved the episode with Adam. I would have loved the episode with SPD, the full cast of SPD, or even the Red Ranger at the time, which more likely would have been Bridge. Um, so like a lot of those characters, I would have liked to see more of. I think we got a couple of them, but we didn't get the good ones anyway. We got this basic shit from Saban's side, and then the legendary battle. I think as many times I have, so we reviewed this once before, and this would probably be my third time going through the series, and I dislike the series more and more every single time I watch it.
My thing is they have they go and morph into legendary rangers throughout the show,
Yeah,
and I feel like the Rangers themselves, when they morphed, like didn't really show the appreciation for what they were morphing into. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
very fast. It was used very, very quickly. You know what I mean? Like they would jump into like it, into like say Mighty Morphin. They'll jump into Wild Force. They'll
Yeah.
jump into Dino Thunder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they'll jump into it, but not even really acknowledge who they're jumping into, like what characters and what seasons they're jumping into. It's like it happens very fast, and like I just feel like it didn't give them the respect that they deserved,
Yeah.
especially when it came. Like it's fine, you don't have to mention Mystic Force when you when you jump into their suits. Okay,
Yeah.
we don't need that. But like when you're jumping into Mighty Morphin, I feel like they should have like I don't know showed more appreciation because I feel like they just used them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it was like just a change of suit and you using it for
But
advantage
it's like
and stuff
no
like that.
respect.
Yeah.
Like that's what I didn't. That's the my number one gripe about the season. Besides the Rangers themselves, it's like you got no. They, I feel like they didn't appreciate them. They just used them,
Yeah.
and it's like we they should have like a moment in time where they discuss it. So like the generation that is watching that doesn't know it would be intrigued by them and actually want to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They deserve more respect.
Yeah, I wish they again. Every time they went to a different ranger, I wish there was more history within this episode. So like, getting some of the past season characters more into involved with this, seeing that this was the season that you changed into a whole ranger and stuff, and how they get unlock the keys. I would have liked to see it more in depth. And this is something that's going to happen in Gokaiger. In Gokaiger, they the reason how they get the keys is how they re-meet a lot of these rangers, even like the old school ones. Like they go even back to like Jetman. Jetman, that's like actually one of my favorite episodes I watch. And then you actually see him and how they earn the key. So you see the story like kind of building on how their power gets the key and all that stuff. I wish this was a bit more like that, and I wish they took more of the idea of the past things instead of that one legendary ranger episode and just what the Rangers were on there for like 5 minutes, not
Yeah,
even
well,
probably like two
they poked
minutes.
in the episode, and like, well, you've seen them throughout the series. You know what I mean? They'll
Yeah,
poke in, and then one of the Rangers is like fucking working at a park.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And it's like you see him in there, and he's just there to like boost their courage and shit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But like then you don't see him again. He
yeah,
didn't even come up in the legendary thing. You
yeah,
have characters that are like, I'm sorry, we could have done so much better with the legendary because you could have brought all of them. I mean, you could have left Antonio out. You
yeah,
know what I mean? He was only there to play the fucking guitar and fucking and have a concert. You
yeah,
even hit me up like Loki's pissed about fucking Antonio being a part of the show. But you know what I mean? Like you had you had these little sub cameos
yeah,
that they didn't even show up at the end.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And then I'm sitting there looking at the legendary battle. I'm like, you already got Tommy as the Green Ranger there.
yeah,
You have TJ as the Blue Space Ranger, right?
yeah.
Who the fuck was the Red Turbo Ranger?
A bot.
you know what I mean?
Like,
Because you had Red Turbo, you had the Red Turbo Ranger in there, but the two Red Turbo Rangers are occupying two other suits.
yeah, that's something that also didn't go with me, especially going into the legendary ranger thing. I paused to see which rangers were there and how many of them cross each other. So like again, green, white, red, Tommy. There he had Zero Red there. Who was in Zero Red?
Yeah, I mean, you had Tommy in the episode itself helping the little kid out of the
Yeah,
car. You
using
know what I mean? But
Saba.
he looked like Dino Thunder,
Yeah,
Tommy,
yeah,
at that moment in time. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And if you noticed, Dino Thunder didn't have the Black Ranger in the crowd.
yeah,
It was only the three Rangers.
yeah,
He wasn't in there because Tommy occupied him.
yeah,
So like that made sense. They They showed that, and I rewound that a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's why the Red Turbo Ranger pisses me off because they kept him in there but took out the Black Dino.
It was Justin.
So the way I was thinking about the legendary battle, this would make more sense to me. Is that they weren't actually there fighting with them, that they were like with them in spirit.
I feel like that was the case of it. Like I feel like they weren't really there.
Exactly. It makes more sense that way if they're not actually there. They're just like their spirits and their energies are fighting with them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like all of them combined, but then again, you got five Rangers destroying like millions of people,
Yeah.
millions of troopers coming in. So
Yeah.
I feel like it would just make more sense that way.
I think that was where it was hinting at. Like honestly, like when they did show up, they showed up to save people and things like that, and then they showed the thing. But I actually think they showed the case to them when they were morphing and stuff like that. But I really don't think that they were actually like they were dumb. I feel like
Yeah.
it was like the spirits of the keys, the power of the keys, and all that shit that brought them there, stuff like that. But
Because in all
I'm not
reality,
here
the
to make
Green
sense
Ranger
for it.
shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
The Green Ranger shouldn't be there.
Yeah. It
You
should
know
have
what I
been the
mean?
white.
He should not be there. One, he came in like a pistachio ice cream colored fucking green suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it just looked bad. And then why would he come? Because the Green Ranger's known for being evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He should, and the White Ranger was there.
Yeah.
You saw the White Ranger in the background fighting. So who
Yeah.
the fuck was that too?
So
You know what I
that's
mean? It just
yeah.
doesn't make sense how there's three Tommies
Yeah.
there, but Tommy is occupying the Green Ranger, but then the Black Dino Thunder is not there. Like it
Yeah.
drives me crazy trying to figure this shit out.
Yeah. I think they just did it for the shits and giggles of it, but I actually again I think it was poorly written and I really did not like it. And the more and more I watch it, the more and more I hate it. Because again, it's supposed to be this legendary thing. You're supposed to have. I would like to actually see the actual characters like
Yeah,
talk to each other instead of
I
that one
feel you.
line.
And the show, if you we obviously watched the show and then had to jump back to watch the movie
Yeah.
of the legendary battle because I hit you up and I even said it's like I had to go watch that because I'm like, am I bugging? Because I know Astronema was there.
Yeah, she was.
You
She
know
was
what I
the
mean?
pink
Uh,
Lost Galaxy.
yeah, Lost Galaxy, but in the show, the actual episode of the show, she's not in it. So I'm sitting there like, yo, am I bugging? It's like this is a Mandela effect that I'm being fucked with right now because I know for a fact she was there. So then she's in the Legendary Battle movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like she was, the highlight besides like Wes, because Wes is a good character. I
Yeah, I
like
like
Wes.
Wes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you had the Quantum Ranger right behind him. Like
Yeah.
you could have brought Eric in too. Like you
I,
could have.
I feel like they were on a budget. They're like, all right, we got too many.
Yeah, well, we threw them in episodes, so you know what I mean. Like, but I just, oh man, it was just they had all the potential in the world to make this good. And don't get me wrong, if like it's good for what it is, but it could have been so much better.
I'm not gonna say
If
it's
I'm
good
a
at
young
all.
kid, well, if I'm a young kid,
Yeah.
keep in mind the demographic of viewership is for kids.
I don't give a fuck. We're grown ass men watching Power Rangers. You gotta entertain me, goddammit.
Yeah,
Fuck them
I know
kids.
this is especially if you're gonna dive down into my generational shit. You
Yeah,
better show respect. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Fuck them kids. Yeah, I'm watching
Yeah,
this
fuck them kids.
shit. I want to see, like, again, it's not even I want to see violence shit like that. I want to see the actual actors actually crossing paths with the new ones and actually doing something with them instead of like I think they only had screen time on the episode. It was maybe like less than 5 minutes, and then in the movies, probably within around the same time. Like they probably had 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, maybe
So
8.5.
probably like that's being generous, and I'm like,
But now
damn.
the biggest question that I have for you is who was the red Mighty Morphin Ranger? Was that Rocky? Was that Rocky in that suit?
No, it was Rocky.
I know it had to have been Rocky, right?
It was Rocky. But then again, we don't know because then we also had the Gold Ranger there,
Exactly.
which
But then that could have
Trey.
been one. yeah, whatever his name was.
The Trey of Three or something like that. They had the power back, so like, that makes sense for them. See, that's the one that like at least it makes sense because they did get the power back for Paramidas and all that shit. So that one makes
Yeah.
sense. But if you really go into each the tick for tat for every single one there, like we're gonna cross paths to like again CJ being two occupying two Rangers and Turbo Red is there. Like who's Turbo Red? I
Because
know his name
Tommy's
Justin.
there. Well, there's only two Turbo Reds. It's
Tommy or
Tommy,
CJ.
exactly, CJ. So it's
So
like,
see, but this is the thing, in which also it goes into the lore of Power Rangers and stuff like that. Like we saw Red SPD. If there was, I think he was in there. But if we saw Red SPD, it can be Bridge because they showed that Bridge became the Red Ranger.
yes, I agree.
Yeah. So like, there's a lot of things that they did show like in the camp, like in the lore of everything. But again, I
Listen,
still, again, each time I watch it, I dislike this episode more and more.
they ain't
Um,
pulling the wool over the eyes of us,
yeah.
okay? I'm sorry.
I
Like, you can't fool us.
I find more things to be pissed off about in this episode.
Listen, I'm just happy that we don't have to revisit this again, okay? This
Yeah.
is our second time. Yes, we did our last cast, and everybody can go and check out our last full cast of Megaforce and Super Megaforce. We have a full blown cast about this.
Yes.
So this is just our revisit. So
Yep.
we're not diving down into specifics. We're just here to bash the shit,
Yeah.
okay?
So here,
That's all we want
here
to
we
do.
go. So the legendary Rangers, these are the 20 Rangers they showed. They had the Power Rangers, the Aquator Rangers, Zero Rangers, Turbo Rangers, Space Rangers, Galaxy Rangers, Lightspeed, Time Force, Wild Force, Ninja, SPD, Mystic, Overdrive, Jungle Fury, Ranger Overdrive, and Samurai. So they had all of them, and the Magna Fender was there as well.
The fact that they even utilize the Zords,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like specific, like the lines, the red line from Wild Force. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like they brought that back. They brought back the car, one of the cars from like RPM. And there's something that you constantly tell me. It's like with the episode that they actually fucking walked back. Like when you had the fucking car Zord, you could have just rode back.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that. Yeah, but they got lost. Oh, I guess we're gonna walk. I was like, you had a car.
It's right there.
What happened to your ship?
Just bring it back. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
maybe they needed to get their steps in.
maybe go. Fucking Gosei is like, nah, Ty, I use all my gas and not filling that shit up.
Fucking go say, man. Yeah, they tried so hard, and I know we've said this before, but they tried so hard to like make this as fun as like Mighty Morphin
Yeah,
with the theme song, and like go say is like a bootleg Zordon.
yeah,
And it was like, I don't know who I dislike more because Gosei does the same shit that Zordon does, which is nothing.
yeah. And he's a big ass head or big ass ego, and still makes them carry them big ass freaking morphers.
But then it reminded me of the dude from Lost Galaxy
Yeah,
inside the temple. You know what I mean? The big head in the temple.
yeah, yeah,
So it's like they tried to make it cool. The
yeah,
morphing, who the fuck wants to put little figures inside of a fucking phone, bro? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I understand the product placement and trying to sell toys,
yeah, yeah.
but if I was a kid at this time, I would be like shortchanged. I'm like, this is whack.
Well, it's a key.
Whatever Bandai's doing is stupid.
Well, it's a key. They turn the key onto their morpher.
I think what's his face, the Silver Ranger, is probably one of the worst sixth Rangers ever.
Yeah, and he just
I
came out of
I did not.
nowhere too. He was like, "Hey, I'm here."
Hey, I'm from a different planet that got destroyed.
Remind me of somebody. But Zane was a
Who is
lot
that?
better.
Zane, yeah. Zane in
Space.
space. Yeah.
But he just
But
came out of
Zane
nowhere.
Zane had good story. He had
Yeah.
good storylines. You know what I mean? Like they butted heads, him and Antros.
Yeah.
They butted heads all the time. Like this guy, like he was so happy to fucking serve Froyo.
Yes.
He went to work early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Go back to your planet.
So yeah. Um we gotta get our reviews all written out one day.
Well, that is something that's going to take time and that we're going to have to do in person again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta do that
You
again.
know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
come over my house and we'll sit down at the table and break down everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah. This one is not. I do not want to watch this one again. I would not revisit this one again. Like I'm done with this one. It could go back in the back burner and
Yeah. Well,
burn.
I don't think that after this run around we're going through them all again.
No,
You
no.
know what I
There's
mean?
too much stuff.
After this run around, when we get caught up with all the Sentai that run parallel with the American
Yeah.
seasons, we're going to be diving down into other things after that.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to revisit our top five
Sentai.
favorite Sentais
Yeah.
just for nostalgic purposes because they were just badass and deserves to revisit.
Yeah.
Also, diving down into the Wheel of Hell,
Yes.
watching shows like that, and then also picking random seasons of Sentai out there
Yeah.
that deserve a nod. Like I wouldn't mind, as bad as it probably is, I wouldn't mind diving down into the first Sentai. You know
I've
what I
watched
mean?
some of
Just
it. It's not bad. It's just like it's dated. It's
of
not
course,
bad.
but like Spuda Man, you know what I mean? Like I want to
Yeah.
watch Spuda Man, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Spider-Man is definitely because yeah.
Like
That
there's
I've
no end
watched
in
some of it.
sight.
It's quite funny.
There's no end in sight when it
Yeah.
comes to things that we can watch. We don't need to revisit the Americanized versions anymore
Yeah.
after this. I'm excited to get up to what I haven't seen, which is Beast Morphers. I still haven't seen it. We watched
Yeah.
the season before it.
Yeah.
So once it comes to that, what is it? Two seasons after that?
And then we have what was
Cosmic
it?
Fury.
Cosmic Fury. Yeah, yeah. Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury.
Yeah, so like that will all be a fresh take, which I'm excited to see
Yeah.
because we haven't I haven't gotten up to that yet.
Yeah. And then the
So there,
Sentais.
there's no
Yeah.
end in sight for this cast. So
And then the Sentais get kind of weird because now we're going forward and backwards with a lot of them because the next English one after this is Dino Charge, and then the next Sentai after Gokaiger was Beast Morphers, Go Busters.
oh,
So
so we're getting Kendall Morgan next season.
yes, it's gonna
Can't
be at New
wait.
York Comic Con.
And the Harley Quinn girl
Yeah,
and the Shrek looking
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah,
I'm actually excited for this.
yeah. So our next Morphin cast we'll be going with Gokaiger. That's gonna be our next review, and then we're going to the Sentai version of this.
Yeah.
After that, Dino Charge will be the English one that we'll be doing next, and then we'll be doing the Sentai of Kaio Roger, which is the Sentai. um, and then see Beast Morphers is a lot later on. We skip the Go Busters a couple seasons because yeah, that's the where this is where it's at because they went back to Go Busters to use that footage for Beast Morphers. So I think it's Dino Charge, then Ninja Steel, and then it goes
But
to Beast Morphers. So there's
Beast
two seasons
Morphers
before it.
is Hasbro though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it'll
So
be the start of Hasbro run on Power Rangers.
yeah, which they still have right now, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
No, no.
Well, Saban pisses me off. He has some good seasons, and then it Disney even had some good seasons, but some crap seasons as well. So
So a strong take, honestly, I say, Disney had better seasons than Saban.
early Saban is good. Before, not the revival of Saban when he brought it back.
Oh, yeah, they're not that great. But I will say Disney. I say Disney competes with the original Saban stuff.
Well, you have Time Force, you have SPD, you have Wild Force. Besides the CG
Yeah,
and stuff like that, that's my only gripes with those seasons. They actually told good stories, so
yeah.
I can't even hate on Disney. But besides Space, Turbo, Zeo, Mighty Morphin,
And even
Lost
Mighty Morphin,
Galaxy.
I have issues with because after the first season, it gets.
Well, the first half of the second season,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
it gets
then obviously, the third season is just uh
doo doo.
yeah, I don't need to see them go back into the West and turn into little kids and I don't need any of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And Billy leaving to go be with some alien girl on another planet. I'm
Yes.
good. But isn't there talks of another movie?
They reviving. Yeah, they're gonna have a new movie. I think Nickelodeon
And what's this
is.
reignition shit that's going on?
All right, so Reunited is pretty much they just HDified the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers first three seasons. So they kind of HD remastered them. So now they re-released them. And then the new figure line, which is by Playmates. Again, Mighty Morphin will be the main focus on those figures and stuff like
I've
that. They're in
absolutely no
stores.
interest in buying those because they just look cheap,
They look for
and
kids.
they're at end caps. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? They're not even down the aisles. They're on end caps.
yeah. They were in like they're not aimed for the collector. They're aimed for kids. They're aimed for toys to play with and things like
Because
that.
they look cheap
Yeah.
still.
Lightning Collection is pretty much dead. It's done.
Yeah, you don't even see them on the stands anymore. They're
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. I
I
still
was
want to
just at
finish
Target
it.
yesterday.
I still want to finish it, but it's I'm far from. I don't. I'm not missing a lot either, but I just don't have the money to be buying figures right
Yeah,
now.
well, bro,
Yeah,
it was fun while it lasted. We got the main ones that we needed.
yeah,
I'm the only main one that I feel like I missed out on was the Psycho Ranger 5 pack. That's
yeah.
about it.
And that
Everything
one
else, I'm
doesn't go
happy.
on. That one doesn't go on sale either. Like I looked. I had
It does
them
not.
on eBay and everything. And like, it does not go on sale. The Alien
But
Rangers go on sale. The Omega Rangers go on sale. That's Boom Studios exclusive. Everything else, but the Psycho Rangers, they're still like a $200 $300 price point.
yeah, but the fact that we got the first waves, now
Yeah.
those are the hard ones to find.
Yes, you
You know what
can
I
find
mean?
those, and those I think each figure goes for at least $50 to $75 now.
Well, yeah, well, with the up pricing and fucking price gouging of all the Tommy Oliver stuff.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Some figures are actually reaching $100.
yeah.
You know
Shadow
what I mean?
Ranger
So,
goes for about 100 125 now.
I have a decent amount. There's a lot that I do need, but I'm happy and content with having 3/4 of the entire line, which I think we did pretty good. So,
Yes, yeah.
and I don't have any pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse anymore. So I'm really happy about that.
I think the ones I'm missing are the last two lines. The last two waves. I think the last two waves had like the the red Dino Fury Ranger and shit like that. I'm missing those, but everything
My
else I
my
think I got.
my problem was, man, they literally focused on re-releasing and redoing Mighty Morphin a billion times.
Yeah, because we
You know what
got
I mean? It's
the
like,
glitterified ones. We got
yeah, you
the
got the metal ones, you
and
got the Target exclusive box one.
then you had the
You know
deluxe
what I mean?
ones.
It's just like they did it too many times
Yeah,
when they had so many seasons to fill.
yeah. I'm happy that we got some. There's ones I'm happy. Like SPD, I think they almost finished. I think they were missing one or two Rangers. They were missing Cat and they were missing Boom.
Yeah, well, they didn't have the Orange
Yeah,
Ranger.
yeah,
Okay.
him. Boom. They were missing him. So like those are the only two I think it was missing. But we got the whole SWAT. We got the whole A team and shit like that. So that was kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
The Psycho Rangers we actually got figures. That was actually amazing to see as well.
I have the individuals. You know what I mean? I got
Yeah,
the blue individual, the red,
yeah.
the green,
The green one's cool.
and I think I got a silver one too.
Yeah, that
Because
was
the silver
Zane.
was in the 2 pack. It
Yeah,
was in the 2 pack.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the one with Zane. That was Zane dressed as the Psycho Ranger and shit. But
Yeah, because he was
one
fake.
day,
So
I'll go through those and probably make videos of the collection I have of Lightning collection because I have a good amount of them. And I got the last box sets too, so I have like most of the box sets they did. I have most of the vehicle things they did. The only ones
yeah, the cycle, the
yeah,
Omega Ranger cycle.
yeah. I got the Time Force cycle with the Blue Ranger. I got yeah, I got a good amount of them. The ones I'm missing are the I think it was the last two waves, and I'm not missing all of them. I'm missing a few because I think I got Kara from Dino Thunder. So I completed Dino Thunder. I have all those Rangers. I completed I got Sid SPD Yellow because she was the last one of SPD.
Now the question is, if Hasbro releases another line of this, are you diving down into it?
It depends on the quality because I actually liked
Because
the quality of the
what is it?
Lightning
Super
collection.
Seven still doing their thing with it?
Yeah, but I'm not crazy about them, and I don't want to spend $50 on a figure.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But I
It's
wait
bad
till they
enough
go
that
on
they're
sale though.
24.99 nowadays. When we started off, they were like 17.99.
Yeah, because like I'm waiting for that Bulk and Skull to go on sale. I think those are the only two I will buy off the series. Is the Bulk and Skull
But
because we never got them
at
for
least they
Hasbro.
did get a figure. So
Yeah, I'm happy they did, and they look really cool. I seen them in Forbidden Planet, but they're $50 each. So I'll wait until I see them on Amazon for like $20.
yeah,
But yeah.
I feel you.
So, so the MorphinCast. We'll wrap this up. Thank you for listening. I am Mark the Mike. Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, Twitch, TikTok, and all Mark the Mike. Follow Tenacious T.
Yeah, you follow me at uh the real Tatsuku Wop on Instagram. You can also follow me on Tatsuku Wop on Twitter. If you got a parlay that I could try to win some money off of, you'll let me know. But yeah, short, sweet, and simple. Always shout out to Game On Retro Video Game Store, based out on Long Island in two separate locations, one in Miller Place and one in Smithtown. Also, you can go and check out the Game On Retro Video Game Arcade, one in Smith Haven Mall, Lake Grove, and one in Tanger Outlet, Riverhead. Fun for all ages, any day of the week. They run sales all the time. Also, if you spend a certain amount of money in the stores, they give you free passes to it.
Nice.
So come and check that out.
Yeah, yeah. Also follow Red Sonic Inc. on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and WordPress. They'll have everything on there. Check out his last posts and videos of Shinobi. He has videos on YouTube right now. And check out our other cast. We have the Not a Trekkie. We had a new episode off of the Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Underworld, and Tales of Empire. Check those out. We have Shell Shock, the review of 2012 first season of Turtles, which we will be working on Andor and Turtles season 2 of 2012. So
Well,
those are
Andor season two,
Andor season 2 and then Turtles season 2
Turtle
of
season two.
the 2012 series. So a lot of things coming, and then Gokaiger is our next Sentai. So
Yeah,
stay tuned for that.
going to be more consistent in the days to
I'm
come. So
excited. I'm excited because what I watched of it, I was very happy with it. So I'm excited to finish it.
yeah, I'm ready for it. So
Yep, yep. And shout outs to the site that I use. It's called Toko Fun. I'm on their Patreon, and it's $7 a month, and I get unlimited access to all the Sentais they have on the site. And they have Sentai, they have Kamen Rider, they have everything on here. So check them out. Join their chip and get a lot of free stuff. So check out.
yeah,
Peace out. Laters, and always remember follow and
yeah,
fuck Zordon
yeah. Fuck Zordon
and
and
Ghost.
Ghost.
Yeah, fuck him too.
Fuck Ghost too, piece of shit.
Oh yeah. And yes, Mystic Knights is going to be watched as well.